Do you want to get to the top of your career in the shortest possible time? Well, I'll tell you this little secret. Don't just be organized, be an organizer. When you're organized, it's about creating order for yourself. But as an organizer, you must know how to create order for others. And I'll tell you this little one secret. Your boss is looking for an organizer. Let me quickly start by saying that organizing your boss may never appear on your job description, especially if you're not hired as a personal secretary, an executive assistant, or a personal assistant. But you will be amazed at the effect that it has on your performance rating if your boss sees you as an organizer. So I'll tell you this. Whilst I was at Philips Consulting several years ago, whenever I had the opportunity to go out to a client site with my boss, Mr. Felicia Phillips, I made it my responsibility, even though he had a really effective personal secretary, but it was always my responsibility to tell his driver ahead of time to bring the car out in front of the building, ready to receive us, and also to put on the air conditioning so that Mr. Phillips could literally meet a chilled car by the time he came down. FOP, as Mr. Phillips was fondly called by all of his staff, was always more than pleasantly surprised and definitely appreciative of my thoughtfulness. As an organizer, you must be able to delegate upwards. And this simply means that you must be able to tell your boss what not to worry about because you have taken care of it. This way, you're no longer just waiting to receive instructions from your boss, but now that you have taken care of those smaller things, you are actually now in a position to indirectly delegate the bigger things that you can't handle to your boss. Trust me, your boss won't complain. Now, occasionally, your boss may not be able to process all the information that is required for a presentation. It is therefore up to you, the organizer, to sift through the mass of information and distill only that which is needed for the presentation. And the same thing works with summarizing large memos, proposals, journals, relevant articles on industry trends, and even books. Your boss does not have the time to read everything, and honestly, most times it doesn't really need to. So you must organize your own work and then do the same for your boss. And although you may not be hired as a secretary, occasionally your boss may still need your help to sort out some personal things based on your taste and personal judgment. So please don't sulk or complain if you ever have to help your boss pick up his lunch or her lunch, or sometimes even the kids from school. Now, let's get this right. Organizing your boss is really just the icing on the cake. So please remember that none of these extra things should take the place of your primary responsibility of getting your work done. Now, your boss may not be depressed if you are not an organizer, but I promise you, your boss will most certainly be impressed if you are an organizer. And why is that? Well, simply because no boss will be impressed with you if you can organize others but can't organize yourself. So, the golden rule is be organized, and better still, be an organizer. And here are just a few basic tips on how to become an organizer. Number one, learn how to create order for others. Number two, learn how to make sense out of crises. Number three, learn how to delegate upwards by taking care of the things that do not need to be the concern of your boss. But most importantly, learn how to manage your boss as a very important resource to the organization. So, be an organizer and you would win the heart and appraisal of your boss, and in no little time you will be at the top of your career.